Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Thought I'd bring you another vintage Colt today from the safe. This one is the Colt 1903 Pocket Hammerless. Yes. Not the first semi-automatic ever invented, but you could probably argue the first successful one. At least the first one that actually resembles a firearm. Some of those early ones were pretty ugly. But yeah, 1903. So pretty groundbreaking for the time. Pretty cool little gun. This was I'll just say, if it looks a little familiar, like maybe the lines you've seen before, might be just confusing it with its younger, more successful, better looking brother. And that's because they both have the same father, old JB himself. But yeah, this was a John Bryan design. Obviously this one came first. I don't know, there might be somebody out there that likes these better than 1911s. I'm not one of them, but I think it's still a pretty cool little gun. But yeah, 1903, it's a 32 auto, so this is an 8-round magazine. That looks pretty even similar to the 1911, doesn't it? Just kind of scaled up. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Caliber 32 Colt. Yep. If you're not familiar with 32, I'll show you. That's a 230 grain 45. There's a 115 grain 9mm, and this is a 71 grain 32. So pretty small little round. You could probably throw 380 right between there somewhere, so a little bit smaller than 380. I don't have one to show you, but it might be considered anemic or insufficient today, but for early 20th century probably was considered adequate. I did take this out and I filled up a milk jug, a gallon, with water, and I shot at it, and it didn't even go through. I went and picked up the jug, and the bullet was sloshing around the bottom. So I don't know if that tells you anything, but yeah, 32 automatic. Like I said, 8 rounds plus 1. I don't know if they plussed up their pistols back then, but if they did, they would have 9. But yeah, a pretty popular gun. A lot of famous people carried these. A lot of gangsters. John Dillinger was carrying one of these when he got shot in Chicago. Al Capone had one. His was the 380 version, so it was the 1908 model, but same overall gun. Who else? Bonnie and Clyde. I think I read Bonnie snuck one of these into Clyde Barrow when he was in jail or something like that. And then Patton had one of these that he carried in his waistband, so that's pretty cool. Pretty good resume. I'll show you those roll marks. But yeah, I guess you could say this was Patton's everyday carry. I hate that term. Oh man. But yeah, pretty popular. I mean, when you think about it, if you were looking for a gun to slip into your suit coat or something like that, or a pocket, and you want an automatic, I mean, these are kind of your choices here. And obviously you're dealing with 45 here, but you can just see how much smaller this thing is. I mean, it's just dwarfed. But so you can see how that would be popular. And on the other side of things, you've got your little detective specials, snub-nosed revolvers, and this is more comparable. Probably pretty similar footprint, honestly. Dealing with 6 rounds of 38 here, or 8 or 9 rounds of 32. I don't know. I mean, I guess as far as firepower goes, I'm might prefer the 6 rounds of 38, you know, after seeing what, you know, how little the 32 does. And not to say it's, you know, doesn't still do the job. I mean, I'm sure this round has, you know, still killed lots and lots of people over the, you know, 120 plus years it's been around for. Definitely wouldn't want to get shot by it, but I don't know. I think I might still take the 38. See if I can show you those roll marks, or what's left of them anyway. Colt automatic caliber 32. I believe that says rimless, or at least used to say rimless. And then show you that side. But yeah, this one's, you know, not in that great a shape. Obviously, it looks like a cat pulled out of a swamp. I got it at a local gun show. For, you know, this is the first time I've ever seen one in person before. You know, I was familiar with them, but I wasn't really, you know, into them enough that I was like seeking them out, you know, trying to hunt one down. But I saw it and I was like, you know, that's kind of cool. This is a 1941 model, if I didn't already say that, and they made them to 1945. So this is towards the end of the production run. But yeah, I decided to jump on it because, you know, he wasn't asking that much for it, and, you know, he said it worked, which it does. There's one issue which I'll get to when I go over the features, but it's a cool little gun. It's, you know, there's really no recoil to it. It's fun to shoot. Go over the features here. You know, it being from 1903, it's kind of some interesting design features that we don't really see very often today. You know, including your heel magazine release, which, you know, probably wouldn't be my preferred method, but it still works. Like, you can still strip them out pretty fast. The more difficult part is getting them, you know, the magazines back in. Not a lot of room there, but definitely not as you know, I you know, still prefer a button, but it's just kind of cool, something a little different. But yeah, so you've got that kind of heel magazine release. You do, like a 1911, you got the grip safety and your thumb safety here. This one kind of stems from the bottom though, the bottom of the grip, and, you know, depresses up here as opposed to kind of the opposite. Thumb safety is still, you know, functional. The grip safety on this one, however, is not functional, and that's what I was kind of hinted to earlier. So depressed, or engaged, not engaged, and there goes the trigger, or the hammer. So that's a, I mean, I could look into getting that fixed, I'm sure. I'm not sure if that's an issue that a lot of 1903s had, but you know, I just haven't really looked into it. It doesn't really bother me that much. I still have the, you know, the working thumb safety, which is kind of hard to engage too, but come on, there we go. And that one works, so. So that's one working safety, which isn't too bad. More than a Glock can say, right? But yeah, this one's and, you know, obviously, contrary to the name of the pistol, there is a hammer in there. I think everybody knows that. But so yeah, you've got the internal hammer. You've got, look at this. Check this extractor out. It's pretty cool. It's just this big old claw. That's cool. Let's see what else. I'll show you the sights real quick. Probably wouldn't pass, you know, by today's standards. I'm sure there'd be a lot of buyers very unhappy with those sights, but, you know, we'll give it a pass for being from 1903. There is no last round, you know, slide lock on this, so, you know, you're gonna, unless you're counting your rounds, you're gonna run dry before you're gonna get a click before you realize it, and then you'll have to, you know, throw a mag in and charge it. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that. You can get it to lock back, obviously, but it's not going to on an empty magazine or empty chamber. You do have this built-in bushing on the end of the barrel, which I thought was, it's kind of interesting design. You can see they went to different design for the 1911, but I guess it accomplishes the same goal. Pretty cool. You don't see that very often. But yeah, I know this one's not in great shape. I don't think I'm really gonna necessarily make it a restoration piece or anything, but it's just kind of cool to have. Makes it that much more fun to shoot because you don't got to worry about wrecking a piece of history or something. But I would like to get some new grips for it. These ones are kind of nasty. Those medallions are like getting like concave, like they're like bowling out, never like cratered. I've never seen that before on a medallion. But yeah, I just can't decide if I want to get another set of wood and medallion grips, or maybe the old black ones that say like Colt across the top, and they have a little pony down here. I think those look pretty cool too. But yeah, still works. This example's 80 plus years old, but a lot of fun to shoot. Really cool piece of history. Let me know if you guys have one, and let me know which set of grips you think I should get, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the big little brother to the 1911. You can kind of see some of those, some of the influence. But yeah, pretty cool little gun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. So take care.